Hey, what's going on, guys? Jonathan Montoya here. So I'm super excited about today's training. So we titled it "How to Get 1,000 Leads in a Day," absolutely free, no ads at all. I have a very special guest. He's a six-figure affiliate marketer. He's crushing it, guys. He's a platinum, I think 2x platinum with Legendary Marketer. He's got a very special training for you guys. I want to introduce Brian Brewer. What's going on, my man? How are you?
Hey, what's going on, Jonathan? Thanks for having me. Thanks to everyone who's tuning in, either on the live. If you're live, let us know, leave comments. I'll be happy to answer questions on the fly. If you're watching the replay, awesome as well. Just happy to have everybody here, and thanks for inviting me on, Jonathan.
Yeah, man. I'm really excited to have you. I mean, you're one of the big names in this space, especially with Legendary Marketer. I know a lot of my audience, they promote Legendary, a lot of your audience. So I think this is going to be an awesome training to, at the end of the day, we want to be building our email list as an affiliate marketer. At least that's the biggest thing that I focus on, the biggest thing I teach. And I think TikTok is an amazing platform right now to start building that. So I'm just curious, why did you name it, 1,000 leads in a day? Like, I'm curious on why you named it, and excited to get into the training, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, TikTok, I've been on TikTok for about a year now. Mostly when I started promoting Legendary Marketer. I've been an affiliate marketer for almost 9 years now. But when I started promoting Legendary Marketer last year, that's when I really got into TikTok as a traffic strategy, really just testing it out, and it worked pretty well. So obviously I doubled, tripled, and quadrupled down on it. And it's been a great source of leads, kind of an unforeseen benefit or benefit of TikTok that's not talked about very often is because you can get so much traffic, it allows you to test and optimize your funnel so much faster. So there's another benefit right there. And then, I've always been generating a steady stream of leads, but recently, within the last month, I kind of added a new layer to my strategy and went from generating anywhere between 50 to 100 leads per day to I saw my first ever 1,000 lead day. And we're going to kind of unpack that a little bit. And really what it is I'm going to start with the basics, but then kind of talk about next level and what contributed to that going from, 30 to 60 leads a day to 200, 300, 500, 1,000 leads in a single day. So I thought that was a pretty cool title, and it was pretty amazing. I've never generated 1,000 leads in a day with content before. So I'm pretty excited to share that with everyone.
Yeah, man, that's really amazing, by the way. But I like what you said about, like, we get to test our landing pages very quickly, and that's really important to understand because, let's just say you do want to run paid ads. Well, you have to have optimized, landing pages, your VSL, your email sequence with TikTok. I mean, if you get 1,000 leads in a day, I mean, that's going to allow you to test your landing pages, make adjustments as you go. So that's actually really important because, I teach paid ads, especially YouTube ads. So, it's really important to have an optimized system. Once you have that, you can virtually print money. So really excited to get into it, man. I just want to see who's on with us so far. We got a lot of people on, man. I think it's going to be an awesome training. So we got Courtney in the house. How's it going, Courtney? We got Mike. This is going to be good. I get fired at work, dude. I remember the day when I used to watch these trainings at work. So I remember that, man. We got.
I did the same, man. Any available minute, I was hopping on trainings and webinars and just trying to get every bit of information I could. I remember it well.
Yeah, dude. I remember too. I was like doing my engineering stuff, and then my boss would come, had my headphones. I'm like, yeah, that's funny. We got Barb in the house. We got Helen from Canada. We got Daryl Gray, Reagan, some Megan Hobbs. We got a lot of people on here. Ricardo, Adam, Don, Brian. Cool, guys. Thank you so much for commenting. Comment a hashtag live if you are live with us, where you're watching from. If you're watching this on the replay, comment replay. And let's just get into it, man. Let's just dive into the content. I know you have a presentation, so we can go into the presentation, and then you can answer Q&A as we go. This is going to be as laid back or as, however you want to do it, my man. It's going to be a good training. I think a lot of people are excited for to see your method on how to do that. So let's go.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'll just go ahead and pull up the training here that I got. And it's, nothing fancy, but hopefully we can learn a thing or two. And like I said, it's really cool that this kind of a new thing that I discovered, and I get to share it with everybody kind of on the front lines here. So it's really exciting. So you can go ahead and bring that in whenever you see it, Jonathan. Cool. Awesome. All right. So once again, I'll kind of keep an eye on the comments over there, but while I have this presentation up, it'll be kind of hard for me to keep track of them, but we'll make sure and get to everything afterwards, and this shouldn't take too long here. So we're talking about TikTok, and hopefully everybody can see this. Basically, it's content. It's another social media platform. It's a way to generate content to get leads. And I know there's some beginners who are kind of just entering this TikTok challenge with Jonathan, and they're kind of new to TikTok. And I also recognize some names from other folks who have been on TikTok for a while. So if you've been on there for a while, we're probably all familiar with what we call the hook, story, offer formula or format. But if you're new here, I'll kind of break it down really quickly. So as Jonathan said, I'm, among other things, an affiliate with Legendary Marketer. So I use Legendary Marketer as kind of my entry point. That's the first thing that I'm going to promote. Now, of course, as we bring people into our funnel and into our email list and promote Legendary Marketer in their affiliate training, obviously there's other opportunities to earn. For example, I recently crossed over the threshold to become a ClickFunnels Dream Car winner, which when you have 100 active referrals, they'll give you $500 a month for your dream car. I just bought a brand new truck, so I'm hopefully trying to get that approved. But all that's done on the back end. So the reason that's important is because when we're talking about the front end, the funnel, the lead generation strategy, for the most part, we're promoting one product or a couple of related products. So for example, if I'm promoting Legendary Marketer, just to kind of circle back, then we know the ideal customer is going to want to make some extra money, probably not interested in starting a quote unquote traditional business with inventory or clients. They're probably looking for something they can start in their spare time because they already have a full-time job. So those are things that we know about our ideal customer, someone who's going to be highly likely or a good candidate for the training that Legendary Marketer offers. So when we're thinking about that avatar or those people or what they really want, we want to first focus in on that hook, that scroll stopper that is going to get the attention of the right type of people. And so, for example, this TikTok here, I don't know, generated 20, 30,000 views. It was about a 7 or 8 second TikTok. And what I did is I pulled slides from the actual TikTok to kind of break down what's going on here. So the very beginning of the TikTok here, we have to have a strong hook. And just to be clear, where you can see I wrote hook and story and offer, that's not actually in the TikTok. I just added that into the PowerPoint presentation in order to just really hammer home how everything's happening here. So my hook is in text. It can be something I'm saying, or it can be over music. It doesn't matter. But I think it's really important to have that hook in text because I know I watch TikTok with the sound down a lot. And if I see something that catches my attention, then I bump the sound up. But I think a lot of people, as counterintuitive as it might seem, are watching TikTok with the volume off. So that hook really has to be in text. That way we can capture that attention. So for example, would an extra $3,000 per month change your life? Okay, that's a good hook for someone who wants to start a side hustle, someone who wants to make more money. Okay, so of course their obvious answer to that is going to be yes. It's going to stop the scroll. It's going to help trigger the TikTok algorithm, which is going to help our videos go viral. But we can't just end there because in addition to stopping the scroll, we also need watch time, right? That's what's going to trigger the algorithm. And I'm by no means a data scientist by any means, but that's pretty much the basic idea. So we got to get into some sort of story that really gets people involved and committed to the TikTok. So for example, in this TikTok, the story here is most people are not going to get a $3,000 raise from their boss. Okay. Once again, we're targeting people who want to start a side hustle that are probably already working full time. So in our story, we can actually introduce the problem. And that's important in marketing for the beginners out there. You can't really offer a solution before you really clearly identify the problem that your solution is going to solve. So yeah, our solution is the thing that we're selling, right? We're selling solutions here. We're not selling products. We're selling solutions. So we got to first introduce the problem. So most people are not going to get a $3,000 raise from their boss. So an online side hustle is your only option. Learn how. And then I point to the bio, which then has a link to, maybe my Legendary Marketer funnel. The offer is always click over to the bio. So you can see here in just about 3 seconds or about 7 seconds or so, we started the hook, story, offer formula. We introduced the problem and then posed the solution, but we didn't really say what the solution is. And you'll see that's key. That's a key aspect of this whole TikTok thing. And I'll explain why in a second. Let's go through another one really quickly. This is the same thing. This was probably a 12-second TikTok. I think just generated 100 and something thousand views, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe maybe it was the last one that did a couple 100,000 views, but this one did at least 20,000 views. And the hook here is just another slide. Over your 9 to 5, need a side hustle you can do from home, right? We already identified the desires of our ideal customer. Well, that speaks to them perfectly. So that's a great way to stop the scroll. Well, then we get into a story here. And here's where I pose some different problems here. And I'm going to kind of lean in because it's really small. But basically what I'm doing here is I say, don't start an Etsy store because fulfillment can take a bunch of time. Don't sell on Amazon because it's too risky. Don't drop ship. And I say, don't even get me started. So what I'm doing here is I'm knocking down other side hustles that people may have heard of. And what happens here is this is very powerful. When you discredit other side hustles that they may have considered, then you can introduce your opportunity. It has to be the right thing then if you already discredit every other option out there. So I say, do start a high margin, low fulfillment, work from home business promoting other people's products. And of course, the offer is you can start today. Click the link in the bio. And once again, the point I really want to make here and hammer home is I'm not saying, hey, do affiliate marketing or take a business builder challenge or any of that stuff. I'm just saying, hey, do something that's low fulfillment, high margin, right? There's an element of curiosity in that. And same thing with this third one. I think this one's done a couple 100,000 views. My hook is, would you believe it's possible to earn more than $30,000 per month? Okay, that's a big, bold headline. Obviously, if you haven't done that yet, you probably can't use it. But if you have those results to share, leverage them. And I get into the story without shipping products, without dealing with clients, without hiring a team, without investing in real estate or stocks. Okay, I'm introducing pain points in this, right? Like if you want to start a side hustle, but you already know you don't want to deal with clients because you're too busy, that's a huge pain point. If you want to start generating some passive income, but you don't have $30,000 to start investing in real estate, that's a huge pain point. So what I do is I give this little check mark here and I say, by creating a low cost business that you can start today, learn how I did it, of course, is the offer to the bio. So once again, introducing pain points and then creating curiosity. And that's the thing that I see a lot on TikTok, because I'm also a consumer of the content. And what I see a lot of beginners doing not wrong, but maybe not as effective as they could be on TikTok is they're not leveraging that curiosity. They're using good hooks. They're modeling success, which is a great thing to do on TikTok. Now, I mean, no platform loves a copycat video like TikTok, but they're not leveraging the curiosity enough. They're saying things like, take the $7 business builder challenge, or, invest in training right now, or go over to, Jonathan Montoya's, 3-day challenge or whatever. That's asking people to make a decision. And in TikTok, it's quick. We don't want to ask people to make a decision. We just want to create enough intrigue to get them to take the next step. And that micro commitment of clicking over to the bio, and that micro commitment of clicking on the link, and that micro commitment of entering their email, all those micro commitments are going to add up to the point where they have a sunken cost by the time they get to the video sales letter. And what that means is they've invested time and clicks and effort in coming over just to learn more about this thing because of the curiosity. So you're not asking them to make a decision on yes or no, or whether they want to proceed or not, until they've already made a series of micro commitments in the form of clicks. So that's why curiosity is huge. Then what we can do is we can get into the little shift that I started implementing that generated a ton of leads. But before I do, I just kind of want to drop this down, see if there's any questions about that. And I don't know if you saw anything, Jonathan. Maybe any of the newbies want to talk about that a little bit further, or is it probably good?
Well, I definitely want to hit some points on that, man, because I think a lot of people, and I see this all the time, especially with newbies, right? They're like, "Hey, take the 15-day challenge, take the 3-day challenge." Well, there's no reason to take it. There's no pain point there, right? And I think people are hoping for like this algorithm TikTok hack that you have, but at the end of the day, you're teaching copywriting. You're teaching how to really leverage someone's their pain points, right? Like for me, like I know my target audience, they hate their job. They want to get out of their job. So I leverage that, right? And I love that hook. Are you tired of their 9-to-5 job, or you're not going to get a raise, working a 9-to-5 job, or your boss is not going to give you a raise? That's hitting that pain point, and then you're bridging to the solution. So that's brilliant. And I think what most people do wrong, and like you said, I mean, they're at least trying to model success, but they're already giving them the solution right away. Take the challenge, take the training, you know, buy the course. Like, there's no reason you have to create that pain point. So I just really want to hammer that, because I see that all the time as well. Like, well, I'm not seeing any results. People aren't taking action. Well, you're not giving them a reason to take action. So I think that's the biggest reason why you've been so successful, because you're a master copywriter. You know how to get people to take action. So that, I just want to hammer that, man. That's really, really important.
Absolutely. And those are the little details that, you know, when you're first getting started, you see these people who are having success and you're like, I'm doing everything that they are and not seeing success. Well, no, you're not. You know what I mean? Like, it's taken, you know, I've been doing this for 8-9 years, you know what I mean? So of course, you know, I've made every mistake in the book. I'm not a smart guy, but I've done everything wrong at least 3 times. So I've kind of figured it out now. But yeah, it's so important to create that desire, because the thing is about TikTok, it's incredible to go viral. It's incredible to get 30,000 views on a video. And we can do that with strong hooks. But if we don't get people to actually click over and get on the email list, then that's wasted, right? I'd rather have 1,000 views on a video and have 1,000 people click over and get on my email list than 1 million views on a video and only 100 people click over. So that's why we need to create that, establish the problems, the pain points, and then use that intrigue, that curiosity to kind of get people to like, well, I got to know more about this. And we're not asking for decisions, as I've already said.
Right. And that's the thing, right? Once they're on your email list, then you can kind of like, okay, now you can talk about the solution that you have. Like for me, like the way I promote my program, the 3-Day Challenge, I never even mention affiliate marketing ever. I don't think I do, at least. I just say, hey, this is how you can create a passive income business without having to, you know, have products or, you know, whatever the affiliate marketing is. But that's the key, right? I never mention affiliate marketing until they get into my email sequence, until they see the VSL or whatever it is. So just really wanted to hammer that. I think that's really important, as, you know, especially if you're a newbie, right? You know, like understanding your customer's pain point. What was that?
Yeah. And I'm just saying, that's the beauty of it. When people see your 3-day challenge, they're not thinking, oh, I don't want to do affiliate marketing, or I've heard about that, or I have no idea what it is. There's no way I can do something I don't know how to do. They're thinking, hey, I can change my life in 3 days.
Yeah.
And that's all you want. Then you can introduce them after you've built the rapport and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really important that people understand that. I think that'll make just that little shift is going to really help you in your copywriting, like, you know, your content, your emails, because it all starts at the top, right? It starts from the content to the opt-in page to the follow-up. It all kind of plays a role in that, but understanding it from the front end, the content part, now it's going to make a lot more sense. So there's a few questions that I'd like for you to answer. Let me see.
Yeah, absolutely.
We move on. So, because I'm curious how you're going to answer this, because this Adam says, hey, I've been told by different people not to use hashtags that have millions of views. Is that correct? Now, I'm curious your take on this, because are you an algorithm guy where you're like, I got to use these hashtags, or I got to, you know, post at this time? Or are you just straight up content? Like, you know, if the content's good, if it's got a good hook, it's going to show up no matter what. What's your take on the algorithm part of this? And I like this question, by the way, Adam.
Yeah, this is a great question, because I see a lot of talk about that. So first and foremost, you know, hashtags, use them, right? Use them strategically. Absolutely. But don't rely on them. And they're certainly not going to make the massive difference. So it's kind of like optimizing is the way I like to look at it. Like, good hashtags can help optimize a post, but optimization will help with incremental increases. If you're not getting traffic, if you're not getting tons of views, you don't need incremental increases. You need massive increases. So your hook, your story, your delivery, your watch time, clicking over to the bio, like those are the things that are going to make massive increases. So yeah, I mean, use them. I always use hashtags. I always use strategic hashtags. I switch it up. I try to make them a little bit more relatable as opposed to extremely general. So for example, even though I'm teaching affiliate marketing, all of my TikToks don't just have affiliate marketing, high ticket affiliate marketing. If I'm talking about affiliate marketing, they'll have affiliate marketing. But if I'm talking about passive income, they'll have passive income. If I'm talking about copywriting, it'll be copywriting. So I try to make it relevant. Relevance to me is more important than
Like
small
broad.
numbers, big numbers. It's relevance. And once again, it's incremental. The massive adjustments and the massive increases, I think, are going to come from the content, the delivery, and just basically how people interact with it. That's what it all comes down to. It's how people interact with content.
Yeah, and I like what you said. I don't know if a lot of people say this, but you mentioned the delivery of the actual video. I think that plays a big role. Like, when you're first starting out, I think people can see that you're timid and that, you're not comfortable on camera. Do you think that's a big deal in the beginning? And I know, like, that's just how it is. When you're starting out, you're going to be a little scared to be on camera. You're not going to be as confident as, someone like you. Do you think that's a huge difference? Even if you model an exact video that's gone viral, but the delivery is off, do you think that makes a big difference? I'm just curious on
That's
that.
100%. It makes a difference because that stuff comes through. So what's the solution, right? The solution is, okay, you can still model success, but stay within yourself, right? Like you don't have to pose yourself as this expert if you're not, right? Like you can just relate to people, like figure out like what you're comfortable with. And that's why I always say, like, one of my biggest keys to success is the three simple letters: learn, do, teach. When you learn something, teach it, because the moment you learn something, that's when you're going to be the most confident in it, because it's going to be the freshest in your mind. And so that will really help. But also with delivery, another thing is like, so I like get down to the point where, like, when I'll start a TikTok, I'll do a quick camera movement at the beginning just to kind of, and that's the thing, like those little details, like I don't spend hours creating a TikTok. I'm just like, let's get them out. Let's pump them out. It takes 5 minutes to get a TikTok out. Let's do it. But you better believe I'm obsessing over those details.
Sure.
How long is my hook on the screen before I start coming in with the story? Is it 5.3 seconds or is it 4.8 seconds? I don't know. I'm going to test it. So yeah, I think, the delivery is both things. Do what you're confident with, but also, focus on those tiny little details as well.
Yeah, no, I like that. I love how you said that because, you may think you modeled a video, but, the time that you switch the transitions and the way you move the phone, that does make a difference. And obviously, I think that someone thinks they modeled a video and maybe they didn't, but I just want to kind of mention that. Is there any other questions there that you want to answer there? There's kind of a lot of questions coming through.
Yeah, so I just saw like Mike up here with Mike McMeta. He said, I just had my aha moment, wasn't piquing curiosity. That's huge. You know what I mean? And Daryl Gray, who's a very successful affiliate, he said curiosity is key. You know what I mean? So those are a couple of things that I noticed. And and just to kind of, before we jump on to the last part of the training that I have, just to hammer that home, that's the beauty of TikTok right now, because YouTube, very powerful as well. Obviously, you're very bullish on YouTube, as am I. That's where I first found my first big success. But the thing is with YouTube is, if you don't hit all those things with the hooks and keeping engagement, you lost out. But you spent 4 hours on that video, right? And that's just part of the game. You know what I mean? Because when that one YouTube video does hit, it's like game over, lights out, you win. But that's the beauty of TikTok is, hey, if it doesn't hit, it's 5 minutes. Try again. You know what I mean? So that's why this is a huge opportunity. But yeah, if you don't see anything else, let's just go ahead and drop that. Let me make sure I find it here before I call on you to do that here. Okay, I got that. No, that's the wrong one. Give me just a second here. I'll pull my training back up. And if you want to go ahead and just drop that back into the screen there. All right. So, we titled this How to Get 1,000 Leads in a Day. So everything I just told you, with the hook, the story to offer, and obsessing over those details and trying different scroll stopping activities like camera movement and stuff, all of that stuff will get you 15, 20, 50, 60, 100 leads in a day, and it can. There's no doubt about that. So what's the next step, right? How do you go from generating 50 to 100 leads in a day or 10 to 20 leads in a day to generating 1,000 leads in a day, which was absolutely incredible. And I talk about the power of new. So the power of new is something I got from Frank Kern. And Frank Kern is one of the OGs of this whole digital marketing game. And if you follow Frank Kern, be careful, because he's going to sell you something. He's that good. But he's the one who I first got the power of new from. And basically what that is, as marketers, we don't have to obsess about revolutionizing the game every single day. Well, all we have to do is take the same concepts and just put a little shift on them. And when you put a shift on them, that's the power of new. It's the same idea articulated differently that has dramatic effects on different people. And this is something I actually got from Dave Sharp. And he says, just create a different door for the same offer, right? Like, we don't have to promote 1,000 different things. But what happens here is on TikTok, if people see you over and over and over again, and it's always the same messaging and it's the same offer, hey, maybe now it's time to create a different door for the same offer. So I'm still promoting Legendary Marketer, but I used a different door. And so what I did is I started giving away my course, Affiliate Escape Plan, for free. Instead of driving people straight over to the Legendary Funnel, which was just a simple 2-page opt-in with a bridge page, I started giving away my course, which kind of acts like an extended webinar for Legendary Marketer and ClickFunnels. Now, before I get people changing their whole game, understand that I broke $200,000 in Legendary Marketer commissions before I ever switched it up. So the simple funnel that everybody's using, the simple formula, like, let's just be clear, that got to $200,000 in commissions earned. So there's no need to start panicking now. But there's some people who are kind of ready for the next step. And for me, that next step was giving that course away for free. And once again, it kind of gives a ton of value, of course, but it's also breaks down my Legendary Marketer strategy. So the leads, it just makes sense for them at that point to get into Legendary Marketer because it acts as a step-by-step blueprint. And why do we do that, right? So this is going to be a little bit abstract, but I'm going to try to help visualize, help everyone visualize this. So basically what I did is I just pulled these screenshots here. And what we'll do is we'll consider this 3 different TikToks. And when I say 3 different TikToks, this is not literally 3. I mean, maybe month 1 of TikToks, month 2 of TikToks, month 3 of TikToks. But I just want to try to give a visual representation. So when you first start posting on TikTok, right, which is represented by this slide up here, you're going to have all these little black dots. And these black dots, what they are trying to represent is people who are seeing you for the first time. Never heard of you before. Maybe you've never heard of what you're promoting before, but they're discovering you for the first time, right? When you're brand new to TikTok, obviously all these people are going to be new because you don't have an audience. Well, what's going to happen here is, of those people, some of them are going to become leads. They're going to opt into your email list. And heck, some of them are probably even going to buy. If you're promoting something like Jonathan's 3-day program or the Business Builder Challenge, that is pretty low barrier to entry, then you're going to get some people to buy. Now, as we go on and we start creating more and more TikToks, maybe this is month 2 now, what's going to happen here is some of those people are going to be new, right? You're always getting new people to see you for the first time, to discover you for the first time. That's what the black dots are. But you're also going to have people who already became leads, right? Which is the yellow or the goldenrod or whatever color this is. They're going to continue to watch your TikToks. But you're also going to have this group of people who I signify by the blue dot. They're curious. They saw you back here in month 1, but they're skeptical. So they're not a lead and they haven't bought yet. So what we have to understand here is all the people that are seeing your TikToks over here are not always going to be people seeing you for the first time. We got to understand that also, even though TikTok's the top of the funnel, we're still trying to nurture. So this is why we want to come at things from a different angle, right? We want to use different hooks, different strategies, different stories, different angles, because we're going to have these people who are leads but haven't bought yet. We want them to become more buyers over here. We want to increase the number of buyers we get. Also, we want these people who have seen us, they're curious but skeptical. We want them to become leads and then hopefully buyers. And then when we get 3 or 6 months down the road, what we're going to have is we're going to have a whole bunch of people who are curious but skeptical, some people who are leads but not buyers, and not as many, we're talking about ratios here. Not as many people who are watching our TikToks are going to be first timers. So these people have heard the same old story. So at this point, we need to switch it up a little bit. And whether that's new hooks and new stories, or in my case, when I started giving away my free course, that's when I gave away a new offer. And what that did is that gave me a huge bump in not only leads, but buyers there. So I know that's kind of abstract, but that's the best way I could think to really visualize like what's really happening in here, especially like in the first 3 months of your journey on TikTok, right? You're starting to build an audience who are becoming familiar with you. So the same old stuff, if we just keep hammering them with the same old stuff, eventually these curious but skeptical people, they're going to stop watching and our views are going to plummet, right? So, because when we're new, we're exciting. So hopefully, I was able to kind of help visualize that a little bit.
No, yeah, that's brilliant, man. Because even like on YouTube, that's where I started out, and I was always just creating content. I didn't know what I was doing, but when you get to a certain point, you're like, okay, I got to really be strategic about what I'm doing here, because you got those original people that followed you. They already know your story, and then like you can't just be saying the same things every single day. So like I really had to take that and like start switching up how I spoke to people, but also left it open for the new people as well. So that's brilliant how you did that, man. I love how you broke it down. It made sense to me. But yeah, I mean, that's awesome, man. Congrats on the 200, K with Legendary. That's just insane,
yeah,
man.
Thank you. Yeah. But, and that's the cool thing. It's going too. So we're still showing no signs of slowing down. You know what I mean? It's incredible. And I know that's kind of how it goes. Yeah. You build this buzz, just like you're building a buzz with your program. Now things start to happen. You get that snowball effect. So that's why you got to stay consistent. Yeah. And it's just a different, whether the people are watching are promoting Legendary or your program or a combination or something completely different, remember it's a different door for the same offer. Don't jump ship and start promoting something new. If you're promoting Jonathan's program, stick with it, but maybe a different door for that same program.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, man. And the thing is, at the end of the day, like as an affiliate marketer, you can. If you're building an email list, you can go and promote whatever you want, and that's the beauty of affiliate marketing. Mm-hmm. But I always say, have that one core product that you're building your business around, and then maybe in the back end you promote your other stuff. And I've seen your YouTube videos, and congrats on the dream car, man. That's what I'm heading towards. You use Legendary Marketer to build your email list, and then on the back end is okay. Here we got ClickFunnels, and here's the autoresponder, and here's this, right? All the tools that you need to build your business. So I love how you teach that. And I mean, that's what I teach my students as well, is like building that email list with that one core offer. And then, because you don't want to confuse people at the end of the day. So
that's exactly, a confused buyer is not going to buy. Like, for example, like I have a little mastermind that I run that makes me money, but you never hear me talk about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's only promoted at, way on the back end after someone's, gone through all the other free stuff. And that's the beauty of the email list. Like you started off, that's your virtual distribution channel. That's the game changer, right?
That is the game changer for sure. I mean, that's definitely changed the way I run my business. Everything is revolved around building that list, but cool, man. That's been fire, dude. That's like really good stuff. So I have a question for you. I think a lot of people are maybe asking in the comments. So how do you like kind of get that momentum started in the beginning? Like, how do you start from scratch? I have a lot of people in the TikTok challenge right now that we're running. It's a 10-day TikTok challenge. And, they're starting from scratch. They have no momentum. And I know how that feels because it sucks, especially, TikTok, YouTube, whatever platform it is. It sucks not, posting 20 videos and not being able to have any momentum. Like, what do you say to those people to get off the ground, to get the ball rolling?
Yeah, absolutely. So, first and foremost, I know it's cliche and people hate hearing it, but everybody starts at zero. A year ago, or maybe 13, 14 months ago now, like I was quote unquote on TikTok, but I wasn't using TikTok. I wasn't posting. I wasn't building an audience. So it is slow. So first of all, if you're just getting started, keep going, keep trying, keep experimenting, keep throwing spaghetti at the wall, because really, I mean, it only takes one to really get that momentum going. And then, there will probably be a little letdown after you get that first initial momentum. Like maybe you'll see that one video go viral and you'll get, I don't know, what's good for you, 3-4 commissions in a single day. And then there'll be none, and it'll be frustrating. So understand that's part of the process. And no matter how long you go, whether you're doing it for 6 months or 9 years, like I have, there's always going to be things that come up that you're like, I don't know how to do this. This is not going well. I things are going backwards. That's going to happen forever. So just become comfortable with the process, find a way to enjoy the process. And then understand it's a curve, if you struggle to get to your first $100 month, okay, you might struggle to get to your first $500 month. But once you're doing 500, and these are just relative numbers, just kind of visual. Once you get to your first 500, then you will not nearly struggle nearly as hard to get to your first $2,000 month. And then it's $10,000 a month. So unfortunately, it's part of the process, and you just got to keep fighting and keep going and understand, like, yeah, it might suck for the next 3 months, but if things go well, you could look at this time next year and be making 10, 20, 30, $50,000 a month. It's certainly possible. So yeah, enjoy the process and try new things and know that it works. Just, you got to figure out how to make it work. And unfortunately, that's about as good as it gets.
No, and that's what needs to be said, especially in this industry. I think a lot of people will think it's a get rich quick scheme. It's not. Like, I've busted my butt trying to get to, quitting my job and having the success I've had. Not that I've had this crazy success, but for me, it's been a good, it's been a success. And that's because
it's changed your life.
It's changed my life. Yeah. I have the financial freedom to do what I want when I want. We're about to have our second child, right? Like, any day now, my wife could walk in the door, and my wife's about to, we're about to have our second soon, but we have the freedom to stay home, right? And I think the biggest difference with, the people that make it is they're consistent, right? Like, they continue to create content, even though things might not be working, right? And the thing is, when you first get started, you're probably not good. You don't know how to create content. You're maybe a little nervous to get on camera. Like, that's just what it is, right? It took me like 150 YouTube videos to finally get comfortable. And I mean, I still get nervous, man. So like, it's just, it is what it is. So anyway.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like, in the beginning, you're just not good at it. So everything takes longer too. You know what I mean? So it's like, here's the real stink of it, is when you have a full-time job still and you're trying to play catch up, you only have an hour to create content. Well, guess what? Not only do I have 3, 4, 5, 6 hours to create content every single day, but I'm also better at it. So I can create twice as much content every hour as someone who's just getting started. So, but you know what? You got to keep leapfrogging. And the thing is kind of the last thing that I want to hammer home. I did see a question, which I'll bring up in just a second. But, one of the other frustrating things is when you're first getting started, especially with the communities like there are, where everybody kind of knows everybody these days. It can be really frustrating to see someone who's just getting started see massive success, because it happens, especially with TikTok. And nothing is more demoralizing than see someone, when you've been doing it for 3 months and someone comes in and they make 20 grand in their first month, and you're like, well, this sucks. But here's the thing. It took me a long time. I was not overnight success. It took me a long freaking time. But guess what? Along the way, I learned all the things not to do. Guess what? I've never had that dramatic drop off. And when you're a family man and have a family to support, that's important, because those people who see massive success up front, good for them. I'm happy for them. But just know, if you're not there yet, they're going to see a drop off that's going to be very difficult for them at some point, because they don't know why they're seeing success. They're just kind of fell into it. So hold on to that. If you're struggling and you're seeing other people make it look easy, understand that you're learning. And over the course of your lifetime, if you just keep going, you're going to see just as much success as they will, if not more, because you learn the hard lessons. It's just like the janitor who becomes the CEO of the company. You know what I mean?
That's absolutely true, man. And I just want to hammer that just a little bit real quick, is it took me a while to get to where I want to be. Like, a lot of people know the story where I started my business, my affiliate business, and it took me 9 months to quit my job. Well, before that, I lost thousands and thousands of dollars on Forex, Amazon FBA, like literally have tried every business model. But Russell Brunson talks about this all the time. He talks about entrepreneurial scars. You need that, to be able to build a very successful business. I don't know if you know Russell's story, but he went bankrupt, I think twice, before he built ClickFunnels. And like, that was like, oh, wow. Like you think this failure is bad, but it's actually building you up. It's building up this foundation where, when the storm does come, like, how to handle it, right? How to handle that pressure of like, something bad happening. So yeah, man, that's really brilliant. I love how you bring that up. And I really resonated with that. I just want to bring that up real quick, but.
Yeah, those entrepreneurial scars. It's kind of like that meme or that viral image that people see all the time, where maybe you've seen this, where there's the baby wolf. He's got one arrow in his back and he's laying dead. And then you got this big king wolf and he's got like 50 arrows in his back and he's still standing strong. That's exactly what it is. Like, entrepreneurship doesn't become easier. Just the more times you get beaten down and, kicked in the what, you just learn how to deal with it better, and it doesn't become an issue. Like, things that would have crushed me 6 years ago, like, I just take them in stride now. Like, I'll deal with them on my phone while I'm, whatever. It's like, it's just not a big deal anymore. But the question I saw was, it was probably about 6 or 7 or 8 comments back, talking about, should I focus more on creating content around affiliate marketing or just videos to get views like side hustles, etc. And that is a great question. And here's the honest truth. It doesn't matter. You can do both, but just understand the rules of the game that you're playing. And what I mean by that is, if you focus on creating content around affiliate marketing and providing value and building trust and rapport, you don't have to get millions of views to make a whole bunch of money, especially if you're helping people and building trust. But on the other side, you see people who are successful by creating those side hustle videos and they're on the top of the leaderboards or whatever. Just understand, if you're going to go that route, 10,000 views isn't enough. You got to play those 100,000 million view games. Mm-hmm. And so I said, it doesn't matter which way you go. If you want my opinion, I've always been more of the stick to your focus, give the value, build the audience, think long term. But like I said, either one will work. You just have to understand the rules of the game that you're playing.
Yeah, and the leads are definitely different. I just want to kind of add in there, like the leads that will come from like those side hustle type videos, watch PayPal and get paid to watch videos. I rather, as my affiliates, I'd rather get an affiliate that's getting maybe 1,000 views and has that strong list of people that know, like, and trust them, where we have this other affiliate where it's just doing side hustles and kind of like more people that are more tire kickers. And I've seen it because I'm on the other side where I have my own program of people promoting it, and I can see the difference, right, of people that are building their list. I wouldn't say the right way, but just in a different way, right? And I love how you put it, right? You can still do it. It's just you got to understand the type of leads that are going to come from the type of content that you create. So
because nobody's getting rich off selling $7 and $10 programs, and people are making money off selling high ticket programs. So I think the affiliate value game is the way to go. But like I said, they both work. Just got to make sure you play the right rules.
Yeah, exactly. Cool, man. Any other questions you want to answer there? Let me see here. How many TikToks should I post a day? Is it?
Yeah, I've been kind of testing that back and forth, and there was a long time when I was doing 3 to 4 a day, and then I was doing one a day, but just trying to bring as much value as possible. And I think ultimately, I haven't seen a penalty yet for creating more content on TikTok. Don't just put up crap, but if you have time to do 6 videos a day, I don't see the penalty. You know what I mean? You wouldn't, like, for example, you wouldn't post 3 Facebook posts a day or 6 Facebook posts a day because you're never going to get any reach. Yeah. TikTok is kind of like keep throwing spaghetti at the wall and hopefully someone will go viral. So I don't know. TikTok, that's just my opinion.
It's almost not set in stone yet, because I've tried different things too. I've done 6 videos. I think I've done maybe 10 videos in a day. I was doing some case study. And then I had like 2 that went semi-viral and the others kind of flopped. So I don't know. I think at the end of the day, just quality content. That's just my opinion. 2 videos a day is pretty aggressive. 2 or 3, at least one. If you can. Like it says, it takes 5 minutes. So
I've seen a lot of success with people on TikTok who are doing 1 a day, because what happens? Guess what? Their entire audience sees that 1 video every single day. You know what I mean? And there's something to be said for that. Or not their entire audience, but a good portion of their audience. So I think it's really comes down to testing for yourself and seeing what works for you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, I don't want to take more of your time. I mean, you've already provided so much value for us, man. Like, I really appreciate it. We had a lot of people on the call. I'm sure we're gonna have way more on the replay. So where can we follow you, man? For those who haven't heard about you, or are not following you on YouTube or TikTok, where can they find you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a couple YouTube channels, but the one that you really want to focus on these days is what I call the Becoming Legendary YouTube channel. And it has about 5,000 subscribers or so. But yeah, if you search that, Becoming Legendary Brian Brewer, you'll probably be able to find that channel right there is all focused 100% on the type of high ticket affiliate marketing I'm doing right now in 2021. Obviously you can find me on Facebook, Brian Brewer. And if you can't track me down after that, then I'm probably not doing a very good job. But I have a lot of value, and I have some free stuff if you want to track me down, and you can probably find it, and hopefully we'll be able to help you out. And basically I just trying to grow the community and help people understand, like, hey, Jonathan's an affiliate marketer. He's promoting different programs. He's got his own stuff, but we're on the same team, man. We're trying to build the buzz about affiliate marketing, and educate the masses at scale and, have an abundance mindset. And I think everybody wins.
Yeah. And that's actually really important to understand, is having that abundance mindset. Like, I get questions like, hey, there's too many people promoting, it's too saturated. Well, no, there's so many people in the world. Like you're going to get your own audience, and I'm going to attract my own audience, because, people might not like you for whatever reason. People might not like me, right? Like, I just resonate with a different person. At the end of the day, you can't have that mindset of scarcity. So, yeah, man. But anyways, guys, Brian Brewer's course is called the Affiliate Escape Plan, right?
Yeah. So if you go to affiliateescapeplan.com/free-access, or if you find me on YouTube, or if you find me on Facebook, you'll be able to find links to it. But you can come on in. It's about 13, 14 modules. It's free. It shows you basically exactly what I'm doing right now. Obviously, it's a funnel for legendary marketer, ClickFunnels and all that stuff. But that's the thing. You get to really kind of see how affiliate marketing is done kind of at the highest level. So
cool, man. If you want to send that link to me after, I could throw it in the YouTube video, and then I'll come back and throw it in the Facebook. That way,
I'll definitely shoot it over to you. That way, everybody, nobody has to pay for it or anything. And I mean, just really quickly, I know I could go on for days now. I won't, but you talk about that building your own audience thing is so key. It's kind of like the way I put it is, think about it like this. Let's say you and I, Jonathan, are going to go help kindergartners tie their shoes. We both know how to tie our shoes. We both teach the same way to tie shoes. We get the same results. Yeah. But what happens if we stand up there in front of the class and start tying our shoes? Some of the kids are going to come watch you, and some of the kids are going to come watch me. And that's the same way social media works. Your audience is out there. Just be yourself. Try to add value. Get, still use strong hooks to get attention. But that's the key to the game. So I really appreciate you having me on here. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. And I'm around. If you're watching replay, track me down, and I'll answer questions and all that good stuff.
All right, Brian. Yeah, man, it's so true about the audience thing. I think people really need to understand that as well. It's, we're all in this together. We're all in this. We're not competition per se, right? We all attract our own audience. But yeah, man, super excited that you're able to come on, and I'm sure my audience is really happy for you to be able to get on. I really appreciate everything that you've done for me. And if you ever need anything from me, just let me know, my man. But thank you guys.
Just make sure you post a video of those babies once they're born. That baby once it's born.
Yeah, it's coming soon, man. It's going to be real soon here in the next week, today to the next week and a half. So it's going to be really soon. So we'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching on YouTube, Facebook. Thanks again, Brian, and we'll see you guys in the next one.